Welcome to Invest. We talk about investing, finance, and professional development. As the current time of 8:21 a.m. on Eastern Time, Ethereum could trade $2,857, that's about 2.70% so far. Respect over crypto market, you see clearly we are relatively red in this morning on this Friday, and today is the last official trading day of April, as we are shifting on to May, which May 1st comes on this Sunday, and subsequently on the starting trading day will be on the 2nd. So something that we have to look out for is with respect to rotations among fund managers, and also with respect to going into a new monthly, in the fiscal perspective period, on what will be the subsequent, month look like onward going forward. And historically, we understand that April and March, right, collectively, is typically more of a red month because of tax season. But obviously, with respect to what we know collectively, based on the recent observation, the war is still cultivating, the interest hikes is still cultivating, the COVID cases are still percolating. So collectively, it's like more of like a quadruple or even triple whammy effect, if you may, onto driving the pressure that we've been seeing in front of our eyes ever since as we begin April on the 4th technically, or the 3rd, and we've been just kind of sliding off for the entire month, right? So what I see the chart going forward from here, knowing the fact that we're relatively oversold, firstly, and secondly, with respect to the MACD, we are already gliding, looking for a landing, like a soft landing for the airplane that we're driving, right? That we're operating. That it should technically reverse up, as we follow this trend line that we have identified here, right? So this is a critical level we to look out for. Obviously, 2850 is a level identified, right? So something to look out for. In respect to Bitcoin right now, down about 2%. I would say we're following the same similar channel, comparable to Ethereum right now. But the momentum is relatively bearish, but it's not like a severely bearish type of sharp drop type of momentum, right? We are relatively already at the lower echelon of the optimal level, so it's not terrible to incur risk, knowing the fact that we are relatively having more of a soft landing as well on the MACD front. So as we come down to like maybe low 38,500, that is a good level because a lot of substantiveness that we have formed before, and as we get there, we kind of rebound from there. I think that sounds very logical for me. In respect to Ethereum Classic, you can see that we're still settling down. We broke below the previous resistance level, so we're heading to somewhere around like the 28, which is seems very imminent, based on the current setup right now, at the 32 out of 70. Soft landing, but the landing is more harsh in terms of the needle pointing down a little bit more, right? With respect to Cardano, down about 3%. 81 right now, so anywhere from current level all the way down is basically fair game to DCA. Solana, I would say anywhere from 85 to below down is still logical. We broke below 100, obviously. We are at the $96 at the moment right now. The momentum is still relatively, it's a soft landing. And at the same time at the 40 out of 70. So, but in terms of the technical levels that we identify here, 94 will be the next logical level, because it's like the flat number, 94, 95, right? But if we break that, I think heading to like 85 below is a bright green level for you to buy at those levels. XRP is still in between level 69 to 57. So right now the 25 out of 70 is very oversold, right? So definitely look out for the levels. I think in between levels right now, so anywhere from 62 below, like we identified so far, is good level to DCA. Respect to Polkadot, down about 3%, 1650 right now. Anywhere from current level all the way to $14 down is still logical at the 35 out of 70. Respect to Algorand, down about 2%, 66 right now. Anywhere from, I would say, current level down to 64 cents is still logical to DCA at the 36 out of 70. Shiba Inu is coming in closely, and 2100, right? 1400 to 900. We are at 2200 right now. So it's not terrible. We are at the 33 out of 70 right now, so still large separation. So not a bad level in terms of the soft landing that we're experiencing, right? Respect to Polygon, down about 4%. We broke below the level, right? But this is gonna be, it's gonna get bought up shortly. And where we'll go ideally next, right? If we crash down further, it'll be like at the 115, which is the next technical level, to all the way bottom of like 110. So that's something to look out for Polygon. It seems like we're still sliding off, but we're relatively oversold already. So buying around those levels is not a terrible idea, right? AVAX down about 1.5%, anywhere from 59 to 50, based on the current setup. Luna, this is a head and shoulder pattern. You can see clearly. One, this is the head, shoulder, and shoulder. Downward, and at the same time, MACD lines crossing down as well at the 46 out of 70. So Luna coming down below first level 75, right? And then 62, 52 to 45 from here, right? All right, so that's really it on crypto. I'll do a subsequent video on stocks. Let me just like take a look into it, because I know that Amazon missed their earnings by, dropped like 10% after market hours yesterday. And also at the same time, Apple, despite their surge, but as they talk about the supply chain issues, it dragged down as well. So they're both down respectively. So it will be interesting to see how it plan out. Maybe we could just like take a look at it real quick. So like firstly, look at Tesla. You could see that clearly we are trying to rebound, and I think this is because of the Chinese news that broke out, and also at the same time, people are trying to buy up, the heavy sale that Elon Musk has done in the last couple of days. I believe he sold a close to $4 billion worth of Tesla to use that to fund the Twitter acquisition. I don't really understand the rationale behind it, but it's $4 billion of his own money. He could do whatever he wants, but obviously people are going to raise some red flags around why is he doing that, right? And this mega red candle, that's mainly due to the $4 billion sell that he did on the 26th. And I believe he was still selling subsequent to the, from the 26th, 27th, 28th. And I think the 28th was the last day. So technically yesterday was the last day he sold. So that's why it's driving the rebound at the same time, because that's the resistance level, right? So I think Tesla is not a terrible buy at the moment. It's actually quite tolerable. And NEO, just to take a look at it real quick, while we have some time here. At the 1775 right now, and we're still forming that reverse head and shoulder. So head, shoulder, and shoulder. So yeah, NEO is still a mega buy right now. It's not a terrible idea to buy at this level. Coinbase is flying off the cliff, and it's because it's a tech stocks at the same time, because of the fact that it's a relatively newer company, and also it has direct correlations to crypto. So it's just selling off away from fundamental. It's just been like a falling knife, right? But if you believe in Coinbase as a fundamental, which I do believe, and the outlook for crypto assets going forward, I think these levels are newly reached, but you can see that the technicals is already extremely oversold at 29 out of 70. Not as soft of a landing as we have on the other stocks, but it's still a relatively okay landing. But it is definitely stomach wrenching to see, more like a 70-80% loss from the top from here, right? But you need to hold tight, because like we are going through that depression mode right now, and outrageous activities like this can happen, and people are just overselling because of the double whammy effects from the crypto, and also with respect to being a tech stock as well, right? Alibaba is surging up because of the relief news from China. So it seems like this is a reverse head and shoulder as well. This is a head, shoulder, and shoulder. So yeah, Baba is an extremely bullish stock right now. And also looking at some other recent, Apple, for example. Apple is I think is a buy based on the current setup right now. We are having a more of a rebound. We technically up, and basically got rebought all of it completely, because as they talk about supply chain issue, it basically dip down, but I think they're gonna work themselves out. They're very seasoned operators, and they have been through these type of market cycles before, so I don't foresee them to be, that hindered going forward. So I think like the current level, like the dip from yesterday to 155, that was a good dip, really. At the same time, because of the fact that we were extremely oversold at the 34 out of 70, and curving up, having a soft landing. Yeah, I think Apple was a buy yesterday. Respect to Amazon, let's take a look at this real quick. I would say Amazon as well, right? It was hitting that resistance level of the two. I think it hit below that, right? I think at one point it was like somewhere around the prior level that we tested before, at the like the 2,500 something, right? If I'm not mistaken, that's a relatively good consolidated level. At the same time, because of the fact that we have cooped up, at the same time having that soft landing as well. So Amazon and Apple are both equally buy for long term. I would just ignore, what other people think about with respect to, like the outlook is going to be worsening because of, but like I would believe in the fundamental first and then think about the macroeconomics, because ultimately it's more like psychologically driven, and I believe in technical heavily weighted more compared to what people say on Wall Street. So I do think like Amazon and Apple fundamentally still discounted, good level to DCA for long term. And just talk about like Meta, for example. Yeah, Meta is still having that soft landing, and then subsequently recoup back up, and it was up 21%. I mean recently. So is it a good time to buy now? I think we want to maybe cool off a little bit first, like because this chopped up really fast. Maybe glide down to like somewhere around like 195 to 185 first, and then DCA further, and then have that more of a normalized recuperation. Go from there, right? Teladoc down about 2% in pre-market, but it's down 40% as of yesterday. This is a falling knife completely because there's a fundamental flaw, in terms of the business model that a lot of people got caught off guard. So feel bad for people that actually bought in. I think this is gonna be the downfall of this company, knowing the fact that they lost $6 billion in net loss when their market cap's only $9 billion, which is just bananas to me. It's crazy. All right. So hopefully this is helpful in terms of like just a high level synopsis of the overall market. And have a good Friday. My birthday is next coming up on Tuesday, so I'll be spending some time with my family tomorrow. My sister has a little, it's like a small plan for me, so I am looking forward to that. And but in the meantime, have a good Friday, and let me know if you have questions. Take care. Bye.